Okay, so the last Titan's Return review was a bit deflating, wasn't it? Wolf wire, he broke in between while I was transforming him. Oh, yeah. Stepped away after that. Sorry that the review wasn't up to much at the end, but like I said, kind of deflating experience. But still a cautionary tale. Um, I'd love to say that we pick things up today and we're going to look at something good, but I honestly don't know whether he is or not. I'm not sure how I feel about this guy. Welcome back to the channel, my kid Dezaras Prime. Today we're looking at Titan's Return, Broadside. I don't know a lot about this character. I didn't even know he existed until the toy. Didn't know he was an original wrecker or whatever. So, hey, he wasn't one of those that was on my to get list. And he honestly picked him up because me and Bradley took a trip into Leicester and there was nothing else there. I think Soundwave was there, but I didn't have Blaster. That was that thing I mentioned with Soundwave where I kept seeing him, but I didn't have Blaster, so I didn't get Soundwave. I think it was either Soundwave or Broadside, and I went with Broadside. Only not because I didn't want Soundwave, but because I've got two of them now, but because I wanted Blaster as well. So, yeah. So I'm just looking at him. I believe he's a retool, a heavy retool of Alpha Trion. I think that's the mold it comes from. The feet are evident of that. But really only the feet. And you look at it. I'm not going to do a full comparison with Trion. I'll bring him in just to show you. But yeah, the feet are the same. And the lower legs, for the most part, are the same. It's just, obviously, fucking lion parts are swapped out with vehicle carrier parts. Or fucking, not vehicle carrier, what are they? Fucking big, like what the fucking, what's it? The thing from the Avengers, I can't remember what it's called. Aircraft carrier. Aircraft are still vehicles. Technically, I wasn't wrong. Shut up, leave me alone. Yeah, so he is remolded from, or retooled from Alpha Trion. So, having said that, give him credit for fucking what they managed to pull off with this. It's just a case of, is it any good? Intent versus execution. That was a whole thing with Batman v Superman, wasn't it? Intent versus execution with that Martha scene. I don't hate that scene because I know what they were going for. It just could have been handled a little bit better. But, yeah, intent versus execution. The intent's there, you can tell. Let's have a look at him now. He's very blocky. I mean, I like my blocky Transformers, but it's like, sometimes you just got to give it a rest, mate. He's got massive kibble on. He's got a lot. He looks like the top half is, like I said, is very blocky. He's got the massive fucking shoulders. He's very asymmetrical as well. He's got this thing. I think that's like, I don't know what. I know what it is, I just don't know what it's called. One of those spinny things, I'm guessing, like hostile enemy detector kind of thing or something, I don't know. Then on this side, it looks like he's got like a massive missile turret. Chest he's got, it's kind of weird because he's not focusing for a start. There we go. Chest, he looks like he's got another cockpit in there. But also landing gear. It's like, make your mind up. You're either the top or the bottom. What are you? So, it's kind of, it's an odd one, this. And the forearms, got nice detail, don't get me wrong. I mean, I appreciate the detail on the shoulders and stuff. Like the little yellow light there. And that doesn't spin, but it goes down. So if you don't want it sticking out, it can be like, oh, Broadside, Look for enemy incoming. Okay. No enemy incoming. Right, you can stop. Thanks. I do write better than that, by the way. Yeah, decent enough. Forearms, hole in the inside for fist. But that's... It happens with most of them now, doesn't it? Some nice paint on the side of the forearms there. On both sides. And it's one of those where it's really hard to figure out immediately what it is, because like I said, it's got two cockpits, so you know it's going to be like something that flies. But then it's like, what is it though? And also the fins, he's got like two sets of fins on his shins. He's got like shin fins. Fin shins. These are nicely painted. They've got nice translucent plastic there as well. Try and get a better look at that. I mean, yeah, if you could do it, you can see my face through it. Why you'd want to, I don't know. But yeah, there's my eye. And the feet, painted up. You've got your numbers on either side of his foot. You've got a 3, and I can't remember if that's a 6 or a 9 at the minute. But yeah, they're stickers. Weapon is pretty basic, bitch. It's just a translucent blue gun. It looks nice. And you sit your Titan Master inside there. It's okay. You can shoulder mount it as well. So it could be like bish bash bosh. But yeah. And it's got the like the translucency on them wings as well, just to add a bit more in and make the gun seem less incongruous, one of those two. Also the translucent cockpits, yes, plural. He's also got, I've been neglecting to mention this, I forgot to mention this with the last few Titans Return voyages I've done. He's got the little side bits that pop up and down, so you can have him looking like that. Or, where's the button? Ah, there it is. That button there releases them. I mean, considering all the bulk he's got, I tend to leave them up with him. It's really up to you how you have them. I mean, he doesn't look bad with it down. But I just feel like with them up, it kind of, there's a continuation there. You got big ass fucking shoulder, fucking sticky uppy thingy head, sticky uppy thingy big ass shoulder. It kind of, it matches in this sense. With this one, I think it works. Same with Alpha Trion. Megatron, I don't think I had his up the entire time. Same with Astra Train. So it's yeah, it's really up to you how you have it. Head sculpt's nice though. He's got that weird thing where he's got the mouth plate and the goatee. That's amusing. But some nice detail, subtle detail in the head, like the crest and the forehead section. You got like those little indents in there, and the little lines go down and stuff. It's a nice head sculpt, and the red visor makes it pop beautifully. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. And then we'll go to points of articulation. I do want to say I've never hated this figure. Head goes all the way around, by the way. It's just one of those that I never really, it was never really on my to buy list. Yeah, the arms are separate from the wings, thank fuck. And I don't really know much about it. The arms can go all the way around, like that, but you need to move the wing out. Which is kind of nice for locking the arms in place, I guess. I tend to leave the wings a little bit splayed. No, I can't get them back in. Oh, what have you done, Desi? But yeah, it just looks like if you leave the wings in completely, it kind of... I don't know, I don't like it because it just looks like he's got a massive fucking backpack that's all one piece, so I'll leave the wings out a little bit. Not just to add to the silhouette, but to yeah, break it up a bit and make it look less like one big fucking piece. Go away. Bicep swivel. Elbow bends. Yeah, wrist action there. I'm going to stop doing that. Mainly for transformation. No waist swivel. Legs can go all the way out if you shift all that shit out of the way. They go forward. Bend at the knee. Oh shit. No thigh swivel, it's on the hip. So you're kind of limited there. Feet go forward. No left to right. Like that kind of ankle tilt. Let's take a look at Blunderbuss, his Titan Master. It's yeah, I'm not going to go into this too much. He's basic bitch. He has the again, it's just a standard Titan Master. The head sculpt's nice on the back, but the rest of him's just yeah, the usual Titan Master fare. So yeah, nothing really to write home about. White head, arms and legs, red like singlet swimsuit type thing that is rocking there with his little red boobs you can see. Go Blunderbuss. So yeah, that is his robot mode. It's decent. I don't see the hate in it or the hate for it, because they took it from Alpha Trion. He has... I don't know if it's caused to be in this toy line, the Titans Return toy line, but as an original Wrecker, I think he has cause to be in the Generations line in general. Considering we've had Roadbuster Whirl, Springer Sandstorm, it's only fitting that. And also Topspin and Twin Twist in Titans Return. Ultra Magnus. We've kind of like pretty much got that with the exception of Impactor. I don't know if he was a convention exclusive or something, but for the in terms of like you've got pretty much the cast of Last Stand of the Wreckers in this Prime Wars line. Combiner Wars gave us Prowl and Ultra Magnus. They only had minor roles, but still. And then the rest of the Last Stand cast, I should say. Titans Return gave us Overlord and Topspin and Twin Twist and Broadside. I can't remember if Broadside was in Last Stand, but on OG Wrecker and shit from G1, Marvel and that. But it's kind of like the Thrilling 30 onwards has given us that Wreckers they've given us a chance to complete the Wreckers, or at least mostly complete the Wreckers. So, yeah, Broadside definitely deserves his place somewhere in Generations. Whether it's this, I don't know. You could argue Topspin and Twin Twist shouldn't be in Titans Return, but they are cracking figures. So it's all, and the Headmaster thing isn't necessary. I'll keep saying that. You have to take the head off for transformation sometimes, but you can just pretend it saves having to tuck the head in. It's no different to tucking the head in. You just got a little bit of parts forming. So yeah, Broadside is not the best. I feel like I'm wrapping up. I haven't even got to a fucking alt mode yet, have I? Let's get to an alt mode and then I'll carry on my final thoughts, because as a triple changer, we've covered one. Okay, so this is Broadside's vehicle carrier, or his aircraft carrier, I should say. I don't want to point out it came with like little itty bitty versions of the aerial bots to place on here. I don't know where they are. I don't much care for them, to be honest. It's I remember when I was prepping this review, I was all ready to rag on the whole mass shifting thing because he goes from a Voyager-sized robot, excuse me, same size as his Wrecker's teammates, to this, and I know there's mass shifting involved, but it's very small for a aircraft carrier. But you know, I'm not going to be harsh on him for that. It is little, but you know, fucking Siege has just brought out Micromasters. It could be a Micromaster fucking aircraft carrier for all we know. I don't know. It's it was always going to be a tricky one. Same with Astrotrain. But at least with Astrotrain, it looks like he could at least carry people, like human-sized people, in comparison to the scale. This, no, that isn't going to cut it. So he would need to be a lot bigger. It's a 6, by the way, 36, and there's that little hostile fucking bastard detector thing. One thing I'm not keen on is the stickers, because there's this moulding underneath these ridges that the stickers just go over, and it kind of makes the runway look silly. You think it's just sticker creases, but no, there's moulding under there that kind of causes the stickers to crease like that. Yeah, not too happy, not too keen on that. I mean, as a slab or a aircraft carrier, it looks okay. It's nothing special. It's very small. That's really all there is to say about it. It's not horrible. It looks like it. It's just when you've got fucking, for example, I mean, this is a power core combiner's jet drone limb thing. This ain't big. Back him up. He's like, fly, get enough clearance. See what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, I can't hate it too much because it does the job. It looks like a fucking aircraft carrier. It's very small. So, yeah, let's move on to the jet. Okay, I just want to show this portion quickly because this was the Google image I was following. This isn't the official transformation. This is one that came with was upgraded and had like an upgrade kit or extra pieces thrown in there. It's already looking a mess, but it's going to look a mess either way. I think the upgrade stuff helps. But what they did was they just basically flattened out the legs and they put the panels across like that. And then what they did was they had a gun, I believe, that went in the middle to fill in that gap. Which, yeah, that gap's the major issue here. And that's what they did with the Broadside upgrade, which I feel looks better than what the official transformation is. So I just wanted to quickly throw that out there. There are ways to make it look better. I mean, that still looks... I can already tell this is the worst mode. But anyway, let's get to the official jet mode. Oh God, what even is this bollocks? This is his jet mode, the official version apparently. It's a fucking mess. I mean, way too much going on at the back. On the top, there's that massive gap. You can see my fucking mouth through it. If there was some fucking sort of weapon design on there, fair enough. Like, you know, a fucking missile turret or some shit like that. But no. No, it isn't. We'll say this. One point in its favour, those two cockpit things that they go together like that, so it's just one big cockpit. It was a cockpit split in half, not two cockpits with a false one like I thought. But that's it. That's the only good thing. You could put Blunderbuss in the cockpit, I guess. But to be honest, I won't be seen dead in this thing. I've given jet modes a lot of slack. I've cut jet modes a lot of slack. I've given them the benefit of the doubt countless times, whether it's the Generations Jetfire and the Combiner Wars Seeker Leaders, whether it's fucking a Combiner Wars jet, whether it's a fucking Megatron's jet mode. But this is fucking piss poor. It barely transforms. I mean, I'll show you exactly how he looks. Bear with me. So we can get this. Right? That's Broadside's jet mode. With wings sticking out. That's his fucking jet mode. Yeah, so for Halloween, I'm going to cosplay as Broadside and just stand like that or crouch like that. It's... oh my god. I knew there was a reason I didn't like this figure. How can they get it so wrong? I mean, I said Broadside deserves this place in the Generations line because we've got the rest of the Wreckers, or most of the rest of the Wreckers. He deserves his spot there. But not like this. You could have done anything else. Released him fucking 10 years ago as part of the Generations line. Don't try and turn a man-lion fucking battleship into a man-jet aircraft carrier. It's a fucking car crash, is what it is. I mean, this bit's passable. I mean, you look underneath. You've got fucking bits of the fucking carrier, and then you've still got fucking runway there, and then legs and arms. The arms aren't even hidden at all. You can't even hide the wing arms under the use the wings to disguise the arms because the arms are above the fucking wings. It's awful. It is, and usually. I don't rag on shit for the sake of ragging on shit. I don't hate things or get angry without good reason. With fucking Dezaras, I had a good reason. With fucking Alpha Bravo and fucking Vortex, I had a good reason. So, you know, when I fucking get my fucking rage on about this, yeah, I'm looking at it now and I can't even tell what it fucking is. It's just... ugh. There'll usually be positive and negative takeaways from my reviews. Even the ones that I was pissed about. Dezaras, that shouldn't be Dezaras, but it's still not a bad toy. It's a decent Skylynx toy. Skylynx is a cock, don't get me wrong, but it's a decent Skylynx toy. It just doesn't suit Dezaras. Fucking Alpha Bravo and what's his tits? Fucking Vortex. Decent enough figures. Bravo was just a straight fucking repaint though. And even then, he was painted pretty much the same. But this, like I said, the only good thing I can say about this mode is the way the fucking cockpit goes together. That's it. Because the fucking wings and the arms and the legs, it's all a mess. I mean, you can fucking... do it like that, I guess. But that just, it's fucking... what's even the point of having the shoulders collapse down for that? I don't know if that looks better or worse. It's just fucking... yeah. It's, even if Wolfwire hadn't broke, and I'm not that pissed about Wolfwire because it still functions, I've just got to be extremely careful with it. Even if Wolfwire hadn't broke, I would probably would have had the exact same reaction to that fucking thing. Like I said, that's the only saving grace in jet mode. His robot mode's fine. His aircraft carrier isn't horrible. It's a bit small, but it looks like an aircraft carrier at least. It's just his aircraft doesn't look like an aircraft very much. Oh, my days. If you want Broadside just to complete your Wreckers lineup, and you find him cheap enough, get him. Like I say, he fits in nicely with the rest of the Wreckers. I've got Perceptor, I forgot to mention Perceptor. But yeah, because he was a fucking wrecker. Yeah, if you want him to just complete that Wreckers lineup, by all means, and you see it cheap enough. If someone's trying to scalp it and fucking overprice it on eBay, fuck them, don't bother. Don't transform him to Jet because it's wank. If it wasn't for the fact that I have a good bunch of the Wreckers and the fact that I love this fucking Titans Return line, he would be in a wank basket. But he isn't. It's, yeah. If you're expecting decent robot mode, fair enough, it's not bad. It's not terrible. It's quite good how they took it from Alpha Trion. And the vehicle carrier mode is basically, or the aircraft carrier is basically just a fucking thingy of Trion's shuttle mode. Or spaceship, or whatever that is. And I guess give him credit for turning a lion into something somewhat resembling a fucking jet. But they should have gone with something else. They should have made Broadside an original mould. I'm sure they could have retooled something else into Broadside better. Yeah, would I recommend it? Not really. If you want your entire Wreckers lineup, yeah, and you can find it cheap enough, fair enough. Just don't go expecting fucking groundbreaking transformations or fucking exquisite alt modes or anything like that. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. I've been Mike, Dezaras Prime. It's been something. You've been great. You shall see me next time.